Hello you guys, and welcome to a new reading vlog. So as I'm filming this, it is September 1st, aka the first day of Halloween. However, I thought that I would commemorate the last few weeks of sunshine in this beautiful rainy city by trying to tackle my last summery books on my TBR. So that is going to be the goal of this reading vlog. So let's get into the books that I plan on reading. As I mentioned in my physical TBR video, I do want to prioritize reading at least one physical book that I own at a time, and for this video it is going to be Mermaid Moon by Suzanne Kokel. This is a very weird, whimsical kind of Alice in Wonderland meets Little Mermaid, very fairy tale like. That's all I know about it. I know I just gave the worst synopsis of all time, but to be honest, I have never read the synopsis for this. I kind of just want to go in blind, and I got the audiobook off Scribd for it, so, and of course I have it physically with me, and I'm just really excited about this. I think it's going to be very weird. I don't know if I'm going to like it. It might be a little too weird for me, but I'm hoping that I do enjoy it enough to keep it on my shelves, because this is one of the most beautiful books I own. The next book I want to get to, I actually forgot to include in my physical TBR video, but it is The Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill. I have had this for a very long time now, and I have not gotten to it, which doesn't make much sense because it's a graphic novel, it's quite short, so I'm gonna include it in this. I don't know if it's more like autumny vibes or summer vibes, but like festivals are very summertime. Maybe it's like an in-between, who knows, but this I really hope to finish and get read, and I think I won't have any problem doing that. The next book I want to read is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I have gotten this recommended to me countless times, especially since I really loved People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and a lot of people have been raving about this romance book. I know it is about this girl. I think she's like the daughter of this really rich guy, or she comes from money and she's never really had a job, but I think she gets arrested, and so she's sent away to this small little Alaskan question mark town, or some like seafaring town, and she has to get a job there, and she meets this fisherman guy and romance ensues with them. Sounds real cute. I did read Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey earlier this year, and I really enjoyed that, so hopefully I like this one as well. I'm not sure which book I'm going to start first, but I will check in with you guys when I do figure that out. Hello! I just re-dyed my hair. She's looking cute, she's looking fresh, she's looking bright as hell. Love to see it. And while I was doing that, I got a bit into It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, and this is like so cute. I know I mentioned that it was set in Alaska. That was wrong. It's actually set in Washington, which love. The relationship between Piper and Brendan is just full of chemistry. I am loving every moment of it, and Piper has a sister named Hannah, and I know that the second book is going to be her and Brendan's, one of Brendan's like first mates. I don't know if that's the proper term for it, but I'm so excited about that. I'm just, their romance is very lovely, very tension filled. Nothing has really happened between them quite yet besides one kiss, I think, and I'm ready. I'm excited, I'm loving it. It also has like a lot more depth than I thought it was going to have initially, because part of the reason that Piper is in this like remote village, not a village, town, is because her mom wanted her to connect more to her dad, who died when she was very young, so she really doesn't know anything about him, and so she is learning more about him and like trying to find those like connections to him, and she is redecorating his old bar, and it's very cute, it's very wholesome. Brendan also is a widower, and so he is also going through like that emotional thing, drama, business, and it's really nice to read about. I really do enjoy romances where both the love interest and the main character are going through like some emotional growth. Most of the time I feel like it's just like the main character and we're just focused on their conflict. But with this one, because we get dual perspectives, we're seeing both of them and their growth, and oh my god, how many times am I gonna say growth? It's really nice to read about, and it's really sweet, and it's really fun, and I am just really in my romance era. Oh my goodness, I am just loving these contemporary romances. Truly, we love to see it. I also started Mermaid Moon. I'm only 20 pages into it, so I just barely started it, and we are following this mermaid who is half human, I believe her mother was a human and her father was a merman, and she ends up being raised on like the sea and like as a mermaid, but now she is going on land in search of her mother, and we're gonna go from there. Again, I'm only 20 pages into it, but the writing is very atmospheric. I am liking that a lot. It does read very like fairy tale feel-esque writing. I don't know if I'm describing that correctly, probably not, but I'm liking it so far. This is today's fit where I'm totally not going fall clothes shopping in my summer reading vlog. That is totally not happening, but it is. Got my dogs, pants, Valfrey bag. Love this company, my fave. Got the mask. Let's go. No, but tell me why this man just said spoiling you makes my dick hard. Catch me at the docks trying to find me a man. I'm on my floor. I got my hair done. I have my wine. Let's talk about It Happened One Summer, because I finished it and I need me a rich fisherman boyfriend. I need it, want it, desire, deserve it, and will be getting it in the foreseeable future. This book was so good. I read Tools of Engagement earlier this year. I really enjoyed that too. So when I heard about Tessa Bailey's new book, I was very excited, and this did not disappoint. This gave me very much People We Meet on Vacation vibes, not because Piper and Brendan are very much like Poppy and Alex. It's more so like the pacing and the beats and the notes of the books are similar. Like I mentioned earlier, Tessa Bailey does a really good job at adding depth to her characters and having them go on individual personal journeys while also having the journey with each other and like together, which I really love. I think it adds to a really great romance. It creates these three-dimensional characters, which I really appreciate. People We Met on Vacation did the same thing, and this just gave me the feelings that that book did. I'm not saying that they're similar, it's just that they both gave me the same like giddy, fun, wholesome feelings while also being very sexy. Talia Hibbert still kills the smut game for me. She is still just the superior romance writer in every way. I don't think there's anybody that is going to take that crown from her, but all I'm saying, Tessa Bailey knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, and I admire that about her. I really appreciate the effort that she puts into her craft. So this was like a 4.5. Not quite a 5-star. We'll see if the same thing happens with People We Meet on Vacation, because I initially gave that a 4.5. but it's a 5-star in my brain now. So we'll see if that continues with this book, but for right now, it is a very, very high 4-star, and I highly, highly recommend it. And I'm very sad that I started this vlog with this book, because now I want to go on a romance bender. I do, and I'm supposed to not be doing that. I'm supposed to be reading fantasy, because I do that. I just want to go on Kindle Unlimited right now. We're gonna try not to do that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how disgusting do I look right now? Don't answer that, actually. I am 30 pages into Mermaid Moon, and I am able to give you guys a little bit more information about what this is about. So as I mentioned before, we're following this mermaid who is half human, half mermaid, and she is going on land to look for her mother. And I think that's all I really mentioned about the book, but we get a little bit more information about it. Basically, the oldest mermaid in this little clan, they're called the Flock, she made everybody forget about Sana, our main character's mother. I don't entirely know why, but Sana is gifted with like the most beautiful voice among her people, and so because she has this amazing gift, she was able to ask for anything, and she actually asked for the ability to ask questions, because the Flock are kind of ruled by this group of elders, and they aren't entirely all that forthcoming with information and knowledge. They're more so just like, stop asking questions, go brush your pretty hair and drown men into the sea kind of vibe. And Sana just is not about that life. Like, she's very curious, she wants to know things. So that is what she has done with her ability. She's basically asked about her mother, and she's asking about all of like human things and magic and things like that. So she is kind of, I guess, training is not the right word, but she is getting tutorship from this oldest mermaid, and she's very much like an old crone figure, very like scary, very intense, very old, very like rude and abash, and it's really funny. Her character is great. Kind of switching between two different time periods where we're at Sana still in the sea and like asking questions and learning about things, and her being on land. And during the point where she's on land, she's meeting this witch queen character who she has her own magic, and she's kind of like evil. She has these bones of her family members that she uses to gain power from. So don't know too much about her character and how she comes into play. I don't think that she's Sana's mother, but maybe that would certainly be a twist. But this overall is just very, very much what I was expecting in like writing style and vibes. It's very fairy tale-esque. The writing style is very reminiscent of a traditional fairy tale, and it's very atmospheric. It's not really heavy on plot and like characters. I would say if you are a really atmospheric reader, you would really like this, but so far I don't know if I can recommend it to any other people so far, but we'll see once I get more into the story if other things pop up that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Now, the real reason that I'm on here looking like a decrepit swamp monster is because I was so excited when I woke up and checked my emails, as one does, and I got approved for Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is the second book in the Bellinger Sisters series, the second book to It Happened One Summer, and I'm gonna read it in this vlog. So surprise, surprise, you'll be able to get my thoughts on this. Okay, so I am 60% into Hook, Line, and Sinker, so let's talk about it. This is giving me mixed feelings. Honestly, I am not entirely sure how I feel about this book so far. There are some parts that I really, really love. Like, I love the interactions between Hannah and Fox and their banter, just like all of Tessa Bailey's books that I've read, banter's great. I really love the individual characterization of our two characters. I love Hannah's goal with her wanting to create the soundtrack for this movie and kind of her process doing that. But I feel like the way that Hannah and Fox's relationship is just a little all over the place. Like, I kind of feel like Tessa Bailey wants to do a bunch of different tropes with them, but doesn't exactly know which one she wants to go with. So it's kind of just sprinkled in throughout. Like, there's this one scene pretty early on in the book where Hannah just walks up and like kisses Fox in the middle of a party, because I guess it was supposed to be like a fake dating, but then it never ended up really being a fake dating thing. And there's like seemingly like this unrequited love, but they're both very clearly and have like not expressed directly, but it's pretty obvious that they both like each other, but there's this really big like communication issue between them. It's kind of really frustrating because it's also very slow burn, and I don't really love slow burn. And it's not even a slow burn where I can like relish in the sexual tension, because the sexual tension is just weird, because they've already had a lot of moments where they've had physical intimacy with each other. They haven't had sex yet, but they've had very intimate scenes with one another, and it's just a very awkward relationship that I can't really put my finger on. I'm finding it really difficult to describe, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job at it at all, but I don't think I'm really liking it. I really don't. Now that I'm like sitting down and talking to you guys about it, I don't think I'm loving how this is playing out. It just seems very scatterbrained to me. It really does. And I was so excited because I loved Hannah and Fox in It Happened One Summer, and I was really curious how they were gonna get together, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. It's not that I don't think that there's chemistry there. Definitely is chemistry, and I do love the idea of them together, because Hannah is kind of this like girl next door, Fox is this bad boy, like lover boy stereotype, which I like. I am liking the route that Tessa Bailey's going with Fox's character being this like stereotypical bad boy, like lover boy, playboy, whatever. I feel like it could have been done a little bit better, but like I'm not mad at that part. It's just like the way that they're like coming together is throwing me off a little bit. Like, I love them as a couple. I just think the journey to them of confessing their love for each other and like forming their love for each other is not what I want it to be. I'm just finding myself kind of in a weird place where I'm not entirely convinced on this journey that Tessa Bailey is taking me on right now. But who knows, maybe it'll come together. I mean, we're at the 60% mark. Like, I feel like that's pretty far into a romance book for me to be like, what's going on? Where are we going? What is happening? I don't know, guys. I'm gonna keep reading. All right, you guys, so I finished Mermaid Moon, and this was just not it. I know in earlier clips I was saying how it was very pretty writing, and it was like very fairy tale-esque and really cute, really fun, really fresh, maybe not fun, but definitely like very pretty. But prettiness can only get you so far to cover up a lack of a personality, and that limit was definitely 500 pages. This book was too long. There was no plot, there was zero interesting characters going on, not really any interesting themes going on in this book. I quite frankly don't know what the point of this book is at all. I got absolutely nothing from this. Maybe some like lukewarm feminism and some like commentary on Christianity, but even then I'm like, I don't know what side or like what stance the author took on it. I don't really know how to explain this book without spoilers. I'll put a timestamp here if you really care to like not know anything about it. So our main character, Sana, I mentioned that she like goes onto this journey to look for her mother, which, by the way, is like not the plot of the book at all. That's the plot of like the first 20% of the book, and then literally the epilogue, and that's it. What this is really about is Sana getting manipulated by this really evil baroness lady and getting groped into this marriage to this spoiled brat prince, and that's it. And then her mermaid sisters try to rescue her, but they accidentally like kill the entire village. Like they kill pretty much all of the men, Peter included, which is who her fiance is. But then she goes on this mission to, for some reason, bring him back from the dead, even though he was pretty shitty as a person and had no growth or character whatsoever, but all of a sudden she like needed to like bring him back to life. And then the way that she had to resurrect him was by going to their small little church on the land. And so there's a lot of like Christianity talked about in here, because the village people think that Sana's a saint because she turns the white roses red at the very beginning of the story with her blood. So they think that she's like this saintly, godly figure. And so there's like a lot of Christianity, as I mentioned, in this book. And I really didn't like the religious element in this, even though I usually love religious talk in fantasy especially, but I just didn't really understand where the author was going with it. I just don't understand this book. I don't understand the point of it. I don't know who the audience for it is. I can't even recommend it if you like pretty writing, because like I said, there's only so far that pretty writing gets you. Like, it is pretty writing, but there's nothing to this book at all. Like, this was a 2-star, probably even a 1-star, but it was just not good. I'm really sad about it because it is, again, very pretty. It's a very pretty book, but I'm unhauling this immediately. Like, this is just, it's just not good. Okay, so I finished Hook, Line, and Sinker. It got so much worse. This was not a good time for me. I'm shocked, appalled, disappointed. I might have hated this book. This book felt like a third act conflict that went on for 400 pages. It started off so strong. The little text messages between Fox and Hannah, and then Hannah visiting Westport, and it was really cute. I liked the tension of them like kind of trying to be friends and just ignoring the fact that they totally have things for each other. It was very cute, but then it just went downhill so fast. I feel like I can't even properly articulate why I hated this book so much, so this might be a terrible review. It was so incredibly slow burn, and I already don't like slow burn. As I mentioned, I do like it if there's tension and it's like exciting and there's a build up, but it just did not feel like that in this book. I was just completely annoyed by Fox and Hannah throughout this whole book. Fox was just being so ridiculous and annoying. I understand the whole conversation about the toxic masculinity thing and him not thinking he's good enough for Hannah and blah 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 blah, but it was just a constant push and pull and push and pull and push and pull. And Hannah was also being really annoying because she wasn't entirely communicating what she wanted, and when she did, he still wasn't really reciprocating. He wasn't listening. It was just one ear out the other. I'm like, she's literally telling you that she likes you for who you are, and he's just basically just like, no, don't care, you don't know what you want, like, you're dumb. He cared way too much about what other people thought. And again, I get it, I can see where he's coming from, but it didn't make for an enjoyable romance to read. And then the second on page action scene was very much uncomfortable for me. I did not like it at all. That second sex scene in this book was not okay for me. I did not like it. Hated it, actually. Very much hated it. This book really is just a communication disaster. Very melodramatic for no reason. It was, like I said, this conflict that was not conflict enough for 400 pages and for us to constantly be going back to. The longer I sit down and rant about this book, the less cohesive I get and the angrier I get. I'm so disappointed with this book. At least I have a most disappointing book of the year, mayhaps even the worst book of the year. Here it is, folks, at least right now. Y'all, I am absolutely thriving right now. It is so overcast today. It was raining earlier. It has not been raining in freaking Seattle for literally 3 months. That's how it feels like. And I'm so happy. This is the best possible day to finally close off this vlog, but we're not going to do that quite yet because I still do need to finish one more book, and that is The Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill. So I am going to take you guys with me to my little pocket beach that I go to. It's literally called Pocket Beach. It's just like a small beach, but it's not really a beach. It's like just like where the water is, and it's rocky and it's cute. You're gonna see it. It's a great time. It's just like my new favorite reading spot right now. So I'm going to go there, finish this up, and yeah, then we'll wrap this goodbye summer vlog out. Alright guys, I am back home. So as you saw, I read and finished Tea Dragon Festival. Of course, this was absolutely beautiful and wholesome. I love this world so much. I'm pretty sure I've read everything by Katie O'Neill by this point, and I need her worlds to become like cute animated kid shows. I would love that so much because just the feelings, the inclusivity, the diversity, the wholesomeness, the cuteness, it's all here. It's just such a great, fun, beautiful world, specifically like the Tea Dragon world, but honestly, all of her books give me the exact same feelings, and I just loved it. 5 stars, 10 out of 10. I love these little tea dragons with my whole entire being. But with that, I am going to conclude this vlog here. I had some duds in this video, had some great reads, so all in all, it was a pretty solid reading vlog, methinks. It Happened One Summer is definitely my top recommendation of the video, aside from Tea Dragon Festival. Fantastic reads, loved them very, very much. I will, again, like I said, be unhauling Mermaid Moon from my shelves, so very disappointed. It's such a beautiful book. Like, I'm really sad to see it go, but that's the whole point of me trying to knock out my physical TBR so I can, you know, take care of these shelves behind me and make sure that only favorites continue to live here. So obviously this baby's gonna be staying, so love that. And then Hook, Line, and Sinker, it doesn't come out until March, so I don't really want to get super hung up about it. I seem to be in the unpopular opinion from people that have gotten an arc and have read it, so I don't know, maybe it was just me, but it was not it. It was not it for me. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time with another vlog, video, whatever it is I do here.